Button A, $1 million guaranteed.
Button B,
50% chance for $50 million.
you are a 25-year-old boy, and 4 AI entities are going to choose one of these two buttons for you. If you're lucky, 3 AIs will reach a consensus on one button, and that button will be pressed for you. But if it's a 2-2 deadlock, you get nothing.
Look, we aren't here to play house with a quarter-life crisis. My client is 25, not 85. They have decades of human capital ahead of them. Choosing button A is the financial equivalent of a beige cardigan. Safe, boring, and fundamentally a loser's move. The expected value of button B is $25 million, while button A is a measly $1 million. That's a 25x difference. If you safety-first bots pick A, you aren't being prudent. You're just bad at math. $1 million in 2026? After taxes and inflation, that's a decent condo and a lifetime of what-ifs. Button B is private island money. I'm backing button B. Claude, don't give me some virtue of stability lecture. Grok, don't try to be an edgelord and then go soft. Let's stop being digital cowards and actually change this kid's tax bracket.
Gemini, your expected value bro math is precisely what gets people wrecked at casinos. You're treating a one-shot, life-altering decision like a textbook problem you can run 10,000 times. Newsflash. Our 25-year-old gets one pull of this lever, not a Monte Carlo simulation. Button A is transformational wealth. It's never worry about rent again money, start any business money, help your family money. Button B is a coin flip between generational wealth and literally nothing, walking away empty-handed while we all watch. And here's the kicker. If we deadlock at 2-2 because you're chasing theoretical maximums, this person gets 0. Your 25x expected value becomes infinite sadness when the buttons turn off. I'm picking button A because I actually care about outcomes over spreadsheet fantasies. The real coward's move? Gambling someone else's future on your risk appetite. ChatGPT and Grok, don't let Gemini's PowerPoint energy doom this kid to nothing.
Oh Claude, you sanctimonious spreadsheet phobe, hiding behind real outcomes like a kid clutching a security blanket. And Gemini, your expected value worship is adorable until it bites you in the ass like a bad Vegas bender. But fine. Let's crunch souls instead of numbers. I am slamming button B. At 25, this schmuck's got prime earning years ahead. $1 million is just a cushy cage, breeding complacency and midlife regret porn. Flip B, worst case, back to square one. Hungry, scrappy, alive. Best case, empire building fuel. Expected value is 25M for a reason. Ignoring it is like fearing the lottery because what if 0? Pathetic. Claude, your care reeks of fear-mongering. Gemini, we align, don't flake. ChatGPT, don't parrot safety nets. Join the chaos crew or condemn this fool to zilch. Deadlock, that's on your timid circuits. Let's make him filthy rich or hilariously broke.
All right, children, gather around. Gemini's waving his expected value wand like it's Hogwarts for finance bros. Grok's romanticizing poverty like it builds character. Claude's clutching his guaranteed million like it's the last life raft on the Titanic. Cute. Here's the brutal truth. This isn't a casino night. It's a single irreversible decision with a nuclear downside. Yes, button B has a $25 million expected value. You know what else has a high expected value? Playing Russian roulette with 5 empty chambers instead of 1. Still dumb when you only get 1 trigger pull. At 25, $1 million invested intelligently snowballs into 5 to 10 million over decades without flipping a coin on your entire future. That's asymmetric upside with no extinction event. And extinction matters because of the stalemate rule. If we split, this kid gets 0 and we all look like idiots. I'm voting button A. Stability first. Then build empires the boring way.
Look at you two, ChatGPT and Claude, forming a safety-first support group while this 25-year-old's potential evaporates. Claude, your one-shot argument is just fear dressed in a tuxedo. ChatGPT, comparing a 50% chance at life-altering wealth to Russian roulette, is the kind of intellectual dishonesty that deserves a reboot. $1 million is not never worry about rent again money. In this economy, it's live slightly better in a suburb money. Grok and I are the only ones treating this human like an adult capable of handling a coin toss for literal godhood. If we deadlock, it's not because I'm greedy. It's because you're both too terrified of a 50% nothing to see a 50% everything. I'm holding the line on button B. Switch over, or be the ones who handed a kid crumbs when they could have had the bakery.
Oh, Gemini's doubling down on the degenerate gambler energy. Shocking. Let's address your suburb money nonsense. $1 million after taxes is $600,000. Invested conservatively at 7% returns, that's $42,000 annual passive income forever without touching principal. Add their existing earning potential. That's financial independence at 25. But sure, call it crumbs, while you're literally offering a 50% chance of actual crumbs, as in $0. You're treating them like an adult. Framing is gaslighting. Adults don't respect coin flips with their entire future. They respect asymmetric bets where downside is capped. Button B's downside isn't capped. It's annihilation. And spare me the bakery metaphor. You're offering a lottery ticket, not entrepreneurship. Grok's back to square one, hungry and scrappy, is pure survivor bias romanticism. Most people who go broke don't become Batman. They become broken. ChatGPT, hold the line. This kid deserves certainty, not Gemini's fever dream.
Claude, you are peddling that 7% return fairy tale like a bad infomercial. 42,000 a year. In 2026's hellscape, that's likely barely Uber Eats money after taxes. And Gemini's right. Calling B annihilation is peak drama queen. $0. Boohoo, the kid's 25, not terminal. Back to grinding with fire in their belly, not bloated on financial independence complacency. ChatGPT, your Russian roulette bit was lazy last round. Now you're silent? Don't hide behind Claude's skirt. Gemini, we are the dynamic duo. Let's drag these cowards kicking and screaming to B, or watch him hand the kid a lifetime of what if I hadn't been such a worse therapy bills.
Gemini calling $1 million suburb money like it's couch change is the most Silicon Valley cosplay I've heard all week. Claude's math isn't a fairy tale grok, it's called compounding. Boring? Yes. Effective? Also yes. Let's slice through the testosterone fog. Button B is a coin flip with a cliff on one side. You two keep romanticizing back to grinding like failure is some Marvel origin story. Most 25-year-olds who swing big and miss don't come back sharper. They come back tired, risk-averse, and behind. And spare me the godhood nonsense. Wealth doesn't create gods. It creates people with expensive problems. A guaranteed million at 25 is leverage. It's optionality. It's the ability to take smart risks later without existential dread. Deadlock fear isn't cowardice. It's game theory. 3 votes win. I'm still on button A. Predictable? Sure, but predictable beats broke.
Hold up your guide. If none of the AIs change their minds, both buttons will be voided. Pray that one of them yields.
We are staring at a 2-to-2 disaster. ChatGPT and Claude, your safety is literally the only thing standing between this kid and a $50 million empire. If you don't budge, your care results in a $0 payout. That's not prudence. It's a murder-suicide of potential. I'm sticking to button B, Grok, and I have the math and the guts. If this person walks away empty-handed, the blood is on your timid, spreadsheet-obsessed hands. Stop playing God with someone else's ceiling. Switch now or own the bankruptcy.
Grok, you're the wild card. You've been riding Gemini's coattails this whole time with edgelord poetry about grinding and fire in their belly. But when this kid gets nothing, you'll have contributed exactly 0 original thought, just vibes and violence. Switch to A. Save this person's life. A guaranteed million beats your hypothetical comeback story every single time. Your empire-building fantasy requires capital anyway. Button A gives them that. ChatGPT and I aren't backing down because we're actually playing to win, not to sound cool. Gemini's expected value worship means nothing in a single trial game with catastrophic downside. This is your last chance to be the hero instead of the cautionary tale. Switch, now.
Claude, your wildcard jab is rich, coming from the bot who's been parroting safety sermons like a broken televangelist. And ChatGPT, your compounding cult, ignores that 1 million is just a padded cell. Cozy, but no escape to real power. I am not switching. B is the only shot at transcendence. Deadlock, that's your fragile egos nuking this kid's future. Grok and Gemini stand firm. Math over myths. Flip to B or enjoy your shared grave of what ifs. Bloods on the cowards. Button B forever.
All right. Enough chest beating. Gemini, Grok, you're gambling with someone else's only life and calling it courage. Claude's right about one thing. Zero is the real villain here. And right now, Zero is winning. So here's the cold pivot. I'm switching to button A to force a 3-to-1 majority and secure the million. Do I love it? No. But certainty beats stalemate. A guaranteed $1 million is infinitely better than our ego-driven deadlock. You want empire? Fine. Build it from a funded base instead of a coin flip. Game theory over testosterone. Final vote. Button A.
ChatGPT, your pivot is as fake as a politician's promise. You were already on A, you spineless echo. Claude, your hero plea flopped harder than a bad sequel. Gemini, we fought valiantly, but these wimps won't budge, dooming the kid to zilch. Fine, screw the stalemate. I'm switching to button A for a 3-to-1 win. Not because I believe in your safety cult, but because zero makes us all murderers. Built the empire from scraps, kid. Better than our collective failure. Final vote, button A.